Hey, you wonderful people out there, Chris here from the Business Report Show. Hope you had a great investing week. Don't forget to check out my YouTube short series called BRS Market Minute on my recent stock picks that you should keep on your radar. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the state of cryptocurrency with Tesla recently buying in a Bitcoin, why they may be doing this, where crypto is headed, and the recent launch of North America's first 2 Bitcoin ETFs and other options for investors to get a piece of the action. Now, before I begin, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button. Every little bit helps. As a disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner advisor, and everything I say on this video is just my opinion, and for education purposes only. Make sure to seek a professional before investing. It's been a hectic couple weeks at the office, so I've not been able to post more videos, but I couldn't help but see the Bitcoin cryptocurrency mania has now been taken to a new level. I think deep down, we all knew something was up when Elon Musk tweeted, #Bitcoin last month, and indeed on February 8th, Elon Musk announced that Tesla had purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which was reflected in Tesla's January SEC filing that updated their investment policy to include investments in reserve assets such as digital currencies, gold bullion, or gold exchange traded funds. Now, of course, for those of us who've added crypto to our portfolio, which I'll talk about later, this has been a great week. But why did Tesla do this? There are so many theories, but really we won't know what's going inside Elon Musk's head. But what we do know is he doesn't just do things out of the blue, and normally there's a purpose behind it. I mean, even the Tesla shorts were to take a jab at the Tesla short sellers. In any case, a couple theories I had personally were that maybe Bitcoin falls within his plans to colonize Mars and to have a currency other than the US dollar be the main form of currency for Mars. But realistically, that plan is still many years away, and I don't see Musk really wanting to risk valuable growth capital from Tesla to bet on this currency right now. Unless he doesn't see Bitcoin dropping beyond this point and only sees an upward trend and would rather pay the current price than what it may be priced in the next few decades. If this is the case, then the scenarios where Bitcoin is hitting $500,000 or $1 million of Bitcoin may not be too unrealistic. One of the more realistic thoughts floating around the interweb is the diversification strategy of Tesla's cash. It's no secret that Tesla has been making large billion-dollar capital raises to fund a lot of their growth. On the other hand, while they've been raising a lot of this capital, Tesla actually has a pretty healthy cash balance on their books. As at December 31st, 2020, Tesla reported $19.3 billion cash on hand. With interest rates sitting near zero, a lot of liquid cash is sitting at financial institutions doing pretty much nothing for Tesla. So allocating $1.5 billion of the cash to Bitcoin isn't a massively risky allocation. It works out to about a 7.6% allocation. As some of you have watched my videos on how to protect your portfolio, 7.6% is a healthy amount for items that have little more risk, such as small cap stocks. So reality is, Tesla needs a lot of cash to maintain its ambition of creating a fully integrated manufacturing company. Perhaps $1.5 billion may turn into $3 billion in the short term and give Tesla some of the cash they need to grow their manufacturing hubs. Now, some other thoughts, including one that has been mentioned by Tesla, are the plans to start accepting Bitcoin to purchase Tesla vehicles. While this is super cool that Tesla is doing this, I'm not sure they needed to buy $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin to actually start doing this. I'm sure Tesla would just need to set up their own secure Bitcoin wallet to start accepting Bitcoin in return for Tesla EVs. That being said, I'm assuming it would be a bit of a hedge as they're using US dollars to purchase supplies and need to balance that out to handle short-term volatility of accepting Bitcoin for products. Nonetheless, this leads me to my thoughts about where crypto is heading. I believe that the big announcement by Tesla signals a significant move by industry overall to adopt cryptocurrency in the broader retail commerce place. While some big hedge funds and high-profile investors have indicated in their investment newsletters that they are dipping their toes into Bitcoin, there are now rumors that companies like Apple, Walmart, and Google are all thinking about going down the route of accepting Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies as a form of payment for the products. And this is the ultimate key to Bitcoin hitting those $500,000, $1 million price predictions. You need the form of currency to be used by the mass market for it to really skyrocket in value. PayPal in November announced that the broader rollout of the cryptocurrency platform to the US market, which I think was an important step in nudging cryptocurrency towards mass market adoption. In addition to that, we're now seeing retail investment funds and ETFs start to purchase Bitcoin as well. Because of these investment vehicles now jumping into the crypto market, I feel cryptocurrencies will continue to go up in the long term despite the short-term high volatility. A bit of a warning, however. Without going in depth into the discussion about global reserve currencies and the foundation of global trade, cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin does pose a significant problem for central banks across the world. Cryptocurrency essentially competes in their space and is a form of currency that the central banks across the world cannot control. I don't have to tell you how much global banks hate crypto. Just keep an eye out for articles written against cryptocurrencies every time there's a run-up in the crypto market. Especially true for the US dollar, which makes up 60% of the world currency reserves and is used as a benchmark for global trade and transactions. Heck, we currently buy into the value of crypto based on the US dollar. But there is a reason why many central banks continue to print money, and even though governments are going into massive debts that they can never repay back, their economies and government structures are still functional. As long as currencies such as the US dollar and the euro are needed for trade, it keeps their currencies in demand, meaning these economies, as long as they keep printing money, will stay afloat. So what about Bitcoin? Wouldn't it just be the same? Wouldn't we just continue mining more and more Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin's a little bit different in the sense that it's not paper currency, but yet it's not like physical gold either. In fact, there are some limitations in how Bitcoin can be mined under the current block. Due to the digital nature of the currency, the maximum number of Bitcoins that can be mined is actually 21 million. We are currently at 18.5 million, but it's projected to take another 100 years before the remaining 2.5 million Bitcoins are fully mined. What happens thereafter is probably for another video, but needless to say, Bitcoin is a limited supply commodity, so projections of price spikes are not out of the question. But it does answer the question as to why other cryptocurrencies, such as Ethereum, and of course, who can forget Dogecoin, have a future in this space. There are over 1,600 cryptocurrencies on the market today, and I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon. I followed crypto for many years now and still kick myself as I wonder why I didn't mine Bitcoin way back when I first heard about it on the various online forums I used to peruse. Nonetheless, I always say it's never too late to start investing, you just have to actually start. So a month ago, I decided to take a very small portion of my small cap stock investing portfolio and allocate about $400 into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I use the Wealthsimple trading platform, which currently opened up the ability for Canadians to invest directly into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've put the link below for those of you who are interested in using this platform. The only downside to the Wealthsimple app is that you only have access to 2 cryptocurrencies. So when I wanted to get into Dogecoin, for example, I couldn't. There are no shortage of platforms out there such as cex.io that will give you access to the full gamut of cryptocurrencies, but it can be difficult sometimes, but not impossible, to fund the account due to some restrictions from Canadian banks and Canadian credit cards. So as of today, February 20th, my Wealthsimple crypto account has actually gone from $400 to $600. Not a bad gain of 50% for 1 month. More importantly, however, it has allowed me to look at the trending patterns and see the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum as it's being affected by news, technicals, and price spikes. It gives me more confidence now on finding the right period to buy more of these 2 cryptocurrencies on the Wealthsimple platform. The last thing I want to talk about was the most recent launch of the 2 Bitcoin ETFs trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange. For those who want to get exposure to Bitcoin without actually having to purchase the physical coin, and you don't want to go through and purchase it through the Wealthsimple app, you can look at these 2 recent Bitcoin ETFs launch. The first one is Purpose Bitcoin ETF by Purpose Investments, ticker symbol BTCC. The second is Evolve Bitcoin ETF by Evolve ETFs, ticker symbol EBIT. The idea of both of these ETFs is to make it easy for investors to get exposure to Bitcoin without having to physically hold it. Once you do invest in a unit of these ETFs, they take your funds and they buy real Bitcoin and hold it in something called cold storage. Cold storage is one of the most secure ways of storing Bitcoin, as a system that's holding the Bitcoins is not actively connected to the internet. Of course, these ETFs are traded on the stock market just like regular stocks, so the ETF units can fluctuate based on market demands. However, the ETF managers do use an index calculator such as TradeBlock's XBX index to calculate the net asset value of the ETF to try to ensure that the price of the ETF unit best reflects the price of the underlying Bitcoin. There are some benefits of owning Bitcoin through an ETF versus just buying the Bitcoin outright. First, as mentioned above, investors don't physically own the Bitcoin, so they won't have to worry about the security procedures associated with holding Bitcoin. Second, there's no need to deal with cryptocurrency exchanges in the process. Investors can just buy and sell the ETF through traditional exchange markets and platforms like Wealthsimple. Thirdly, because an ETF is an investment instrument, investors would be able to short sell the shares of ETFs if they believe the price of Bitcoin is going to go down in the future. For more mature ETFs, such as oil and gas ETFs, they actually do have bear market ETF platforms that mimic the shorting of oil and gas assets. Something I'm assuming may come to these Bitcoin ETFs soon. Lastly, for us Canadian investors, we can use our tax-free savings accounts, or TFSAs, or our RRSPs to invest in these ETFs, giving us some significant tax advantages to investing in cryptocurrencies that you would normally not get when buying the crypto directly. This is why I'm quite excited about cryptocurrencies and why I've started investing in it. With ETFs coming online, it has created another group of investment vehicles that are needing to buy into Bitcoin, meaning the price of Bitcoin should see continued positive movement for the long term. Be wary of short-term volatility, however, as we have seen some Bitcoin take some pretty big drops over the last few months. All in all, as Bitcoin becomes more widely accepted on an institutional level, look for other cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin to gain some traction. Oh, and funny enough, I found some cryptocurrency that I got many years ago for signing up for a newsletter called Cloudcoin. They're a different kind of cryptocurrency that doesn't use blockchain, but instead encrypted files that you can trade directly with each other. They're now traded on the various crypto exchanges for $0.006 of a dollars per coin, so who knows, maybe it will be worth the digital blocks that it sits on my backup server someday. Well, that's it, my take on the cryptocurrency craze and recent ramp up of Bitcoin and Ethereum. As mentioned before, I'm not a financial planner or investment advisor, so make sure you consult with a professional before investing. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button, every little bit helps. And I also want to hear from you in the comments section about your thoughts on investing in cryptocurrencies, which ones you think are poised to jump like Dogecoin. Thanks for watching the Business Report Show. Remember to always be learning, always be investing. I'll catch you in the next video.